Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to our Siralim Ultimate Let's Play, where we're going to be doing another King Dumpling farming session. Before we get going, I should let you know that I am feeling quite woozy right now. So earlier in the week, I've mentioned this, I'd gotten my COVID shot, my updated COVID shot, and my flu shot on the same day. So I was feeling just a little bit, a little bit of the effects from that. And then today, just now, I've just gotten back from having a blood test carried out, and honestly, I think this one I'm feeling more than anything else. I'm just not good with blood tests. Number one, I don't like the sight of my own blood, and also, like, they took so much blood. I think they filled like 3 vials because, I guess that's how many tests they needed. I don't know how blood testing works, but yeah, man, they took so much blood. I think that doctor might have been Dr. Acula. It's a bit of a Mitch Hedberg reference for you there, but yeah, so much blood. And also, the thing isn't even the amount of blood, it's that the sight of my own blood in particular makes me feel very, like, feels like I'll faint. Is the only way to describe it. It's awful. It's weird though. It's specifically about my own blood. Like other people's blood, no problem. I could go around stabbing people all day, wouldn't have an issue with that. I just realized that sounded really bad. What I meant to say was I'd have no problem with the blood. Right? I haven't stabbed anyone. I don't plan on stabbing anyone. So, I don't want anyone going around quoting me out of context. I was just trying to get the point across that it's a weird thing where it's only the sight of my own blood that has this effect on me. And not, like, I've seen other people bleed from, like nosebleeds or, like, they've cut themselves, whatever, and it doesn't affect me in the same way. And I just wanted to get that point across, so there's a chance that while I'm recording this, I'll suddenly feel tired and I'll suddenly need to have to take a break. So just giving you a bit of a heads up. The other thing is, for this session in particular, well, obviously we're going to be doing some, some quickfire realms. Well, initially not that quickfire. Initially we'll kind of slow play it a little, trying to get all of the other useful encounters in the realms. Eventually we might have to switch to quickfire if we don't find any nether portals. But also, last episode, at the end of last episode, I had a bit of an idea. And it was based on the fact that the last few times we encountered nether realms, you know what? There's no reason that I can't talk about this stuff while also doing realms. So the last few times... See, it happened again! It happened again! The last few times I encountered nether portals... See... The last few times I encountered nether portals, I noticed that they were very close to where you initially spawn on the map. And I was like, if this is a reliable property, a reliable and consistent property of nether portals, then we could use this to our benefit and really increase the rate at which we find them. I think this is a garbage... I mean, not a garbage encounter. Notoriety is fine, but there are many more valuable encounters that we could have gotten, and I don't think you get anything for, talking to anybody else. Just the guy, basically the story here is that the bartender wagered his own ownership of the bar against I don't know what this guy offered up in exchange, but he lost the bet. He lost ownership of the bar, and then when you talk to the new owner, he's so overjoyed at having won that he's like, oh, I'll share the wealth, and he gives you it's called notoriety. It's a special currency that you can spend with the riddle dwarves to get special spells, decorations, trait materials, and creatures. So, I mean, it's nice to have because of the fact that it's a special currency, but there are other ways to get it. And as I mentioned, there are nether encounters that I would much rather have in place of that one. So again, it was close to the entrance, but it was also very close to the exit. So if it is the case that one of those two is sort of the canary in the coal mine, if you will, for the nether portal when it spawns, I don't know which of them it is. Oh, what am I doing? Oh god. I was trying to get. Well, we're gonna fight some useless abomination brutes. I blame the blood test. I don't know if I sound like it, but I am genuinely lightheaded right now. Like, I don't feel like I'm imminently going to faint, but I do feel a little bit delirious. And if I say things that are odd, or if I go down weird trains of thought, then preemptively, that is my excuse. Alright. So what are we gonna do? Well, those greedy monsters are gonna drop more items. So they are great to fight in, you know, situations where you actually have a proper item bonus. And in situations where you don't have a proper item bonus, they're really no different than any other source of loot, really, in the sense that you are highly unlikely to find anything. Excuse me. But I guess even the slim chance that you'll find something, I suppose that is something. It's technically non-zero. Hey, look, one of these guys as well. Gives us garbage, okay. And let's keep on going. Keep on going. So we've already seen one nether portal, which means if we get towards the end of the episode and like towards the 1 hour mark, I'll be happy to just wrap this episode up instead of, you know, going out of my way to farm more. So we've already seen one. Obviously, we want to see more, and we would like, in addition to that, to find other sources of, like other rare encounters as well. Loot from okay, we should make this detour to pick up this emblem. Emblems are valuable enough. I'm also going to make it a point to interact with these little objects in the realm that give you like a small amount of granite, small amount of brimstone. Not because I need those resources per se, but because there is an achievement. I'm going to show you. Actually, I'll pull it up right now. Character achievements, and it's a realm achievement. Well, I mean, we've got to open treasure chests. We've got to break destructible objects. That's one thing. We also have to destructible objects that yield resources. I've got to break 100,000 of them. We aren't even a fifth of the way there. And resource nodes, I don't know what the difference is between resource nodes and destructible objects that yield resources. I'm sure there's some... Like, obviously, there are different lists, and some items are in one list, some are in the other, but I don't know which is which. All I do know is that incentivizes us to actually hit these things, and I'll just make it a habit. I'll just make it a habit to just like a lot of times when I've been playing, I act as though they literally don't exist. Like I'll just walk past them. But I think it does behoove us to, at least to the extent that we can, you know, just hit them, to slowly increase the rate at which we're getting our numbers up over time. It'll just mean playing a bit more mindfully, and eventually it'll just become a habit. It'll become second nature. Ooh, the dumpling. It'll become second nature, but for a while I will have to deliberately remind myself to do it until the habit eventually ingrains itself. Hey! And we even get a bonus for that. We're not fully done with this realm, so let's start getting some Gravebane Whites. This feels like it's actually a decent way to get cards. I mean, alternatively, maybe I've just been getting lucky, but I think the speed with which you kill enemies makes it a really attractive option for you know, just killing enemies quickly. Unfortunately, these Frostbite Whites are now redundant. Gravebane Whites are where it's at. Like these guys. Like those guys? I didn't see. Maybe they weren't. But these guys are definitely. Hit rank S with them as well. An added bonus to the grind. Got an emblem out of that as well. Alright. So far, we've already seen one nether portal. We've already found one card. It's it's already a successful episode. Now, anything else that happens is just a straight bonus. And these are really the best kinds of episodes, where the pressure gets taken off you early. And then you can just play for, you know, the amount of time that you had planned to play, without having to extend it. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, extending the amount of time you're playing. You're really extending your own enjoyment. But it can mess around with your schedule, you know, with your overall plans for the day. If you are spending more time playing than you had originally intended. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just kill you. Yeah, and as you saw, one of the achievements was to open a lot of chests. So that's another thing we are incentivized to do. But having said that, I'm still, while I'm doing this low-level farming, not gonna go out of my way to find chests. You know what? Let's hit you. And the other thing we wanted to do was to do a bit of a scientific investigation on this whole business of where exactly do nether portals spawn? Is there some sort of consistency that we can use to our advantage? And this is why I said last episode that it seems so far that the portals, the last few portals, the last 4 I think, that we've encountered, all spawned close to where we spawned into the realm. However, it's still within the realm of what could be a coincidence. So, what I said was, when I noticed that this might be a trend, I said that I will see where the next 5 nether portals I encounter, where they spawn. And if they are all close to either the entrance or the exit, then I'll know what it is I need to look for. And we can use that subsequently to increase the rate at which we can find them. But before we start doing that, I need to be confident that I am, at least that I'm likely to be correct. You could never be sure without looking into the game's code, and I don't think I want to look into the game's code. I am okay with potentially being wrong. Alright, I'm gonna have to look. I'm okay with potentially being wrong, because that's part of the mystery of the game, right? I'm trying to work out how things work based on what information the game provides me within the game itself, and sometimes that'll lead me down wrong paths, but to me that is part of the fun of the game. Alright. Celestial Occultist. Sorcery. Okay. Alright. So far, no sight of any portals. Oh, hey! Oh, this is a Riddle Dwarf realm. Okay. The Barons is Etheros. The Barons... That's one of the realms where I love the music. Although I feel like the music in this game is really good. Like, even the music for this realm, which I don't think I've ever specifically highlighted it, but that's the thing about more ambient kinds of music, is that often it does its job in terms of setting the mood, but without you even realizing that it's what's doing it. Like, it just establishes the feeling that you're supposed to get. And because it's happening on a kind of less than fully conscious level, you might not know the work that something like, you know, an ambient soundtrack is actually doing. The more sort of confrontational, if that makes sense, like the Gandor's Hive, you know, that music hits you right in the face. You notice that immediately, and like you notice then that it's a good piece of music. But like this music, well, first of all, it's musically very good. I can tell that it's like the composition, like it's like when you focus in on it and just listen to it, it's an interesting piece of music. So on that level, it's good, but also on the level of it's setting the tone, and just listening to it makes me feel like I'm in a cold and desolate place. And is this another dumpling? Yes, it is. How do you do, sir? Pleased to meet you as well. Alright. Let's carry on. Right, now, in terms of trying to figure out whether my hypothesis about where nether portals spawns is correct or not, like I said, without looking into the game's code, you couldn't really say for sure. But I will say that... yeah, let's attract more of these dudes. That one thing I could do is I could just start restarting realms over and over again until... eventually, if I did that, I would start seeing nether portals close to the entrance, but that would happen regardless of whether my hypothesis is true, just because eventually they would spawn there just randomly. So that wouldn't necessarily prove that what I thought was correct was actually correct. And it wouldn't necessarily even mean that I was finding the portals in a more efficient way. Because it might just... it could have been the case that in the realms that I skipped over because I didn't see the portal right away, it could be that if I had explored a little bit, I would have found portals. So that's one part of it. The other thing is, if we go out exploring these realms a little bit, all it would take is finding a single portal that's away from both the entrance and the exit. Just one. That is all it would take to completely falsify my initial hypothesis. And that is the thing you look for in science. You don't look for evidence that you think will confirm what you think, because number one, on a philosophical level, nothing can ever truly confirm it. You can look for evidence that you think is consistent with it, and you might even find that evidence, but if that's all you're looking for, then you haven't really proven anything. Whereas if you look for evidence to disconfirm it, to disprove it, you might not find that evidence, and in the end, okay, maybe on a strict philosophical level, you still haven't quote-unquote proven anything, but the fact that you searched for that evidence does have an impact in terms of then your level of confidence in whether your initial hypothesis was true or not. I hope that makes sense, because that is the the principle that we are going to be applying here. And there are a couple other enemies, but we're not gonna waste time tracking every single one of them down. Really, it's just looking for something to kill while we are going about doing our other stuff. Yeah, so I will be exploring realms at least until we find 5 more another portals, and then we will make a note of where it is that we found them. Well, 4 more now, because I said last episode that I'd see where the next 5 of them spawn. We've seen 1 so far. So we need to see 4 more. Which is still a low number. Like, it wouldn't be fully, you know, rigorous to a very high degree of confidence. But, you know, it would at least give us some sense of, okay, is this likely to be true or not? And then based on that, we can, like, we could spend 1 episode doing it one way, where we restart realms until we see a portal, and then we could do another episode where we just do realms normally. Like, it doesn't have to be fully either or. But once we get some sense of, like, which side of the, which side of that hypothesis is likely to be true, then we can adjust our own playstyle accordingly. And by the way, if we have discovered a way to increase the rate at which we find nether portals, then it won't just be useful for this exercise of trying to get this King Dumpling thing done, but there are also other rare encounters in the nether portals that we could then use this to accelerate the pace at which we hunt those down as well. Oop, I destroyed that candle. I don't like destroying candles. They are the one object in the realm that I try not to break. Alright, what else is there? Nothing. Are we done? I think we're done. I didn't summon any candles, candle enemies, but at this point, it's a bit too late. A bit too late for this realm. Another rank S creature. Whoop. And I think this is going to take us to rank S as well. Alright, let's carry on. Let's do another realm. And let me see how long this episode's been going. About half an hour. Hey! I always love coming back to the arachnid nest. And because we're so high up in our favor rank, it makes me even more excited to see what the next favor rank after that is going to give us. Like, maybe some really cool thing gets unlocked at, I don't know, you know, 75 or 80 or 90 or whatever the threshold is. Ooh, hey, another rank S. I'm liking it. Our candle is here, which is good for us, because there's quite a bit of the realm left to do, and we'll be able to kill quite a few whites while doing it. Power Collector 9. All these little achievements that we are accumulating along the way are good as well. Alright. Quite a crowd that we had to clear out before we could get into this room. Alright. Like I said, I'm getting into the habit of hitting all of these interactable things in the realm that give you resources, because we will need to do. Hey, oh boy, it just gets better and better. Although, hang on a second, there are more enemies in the white category that we don't know about, because look at our bestiary. Because right now we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 9 cards in the white set. So there are 2 that we straight up don't know about. You know what I'm gonna do right now? And it doesn't matter that it's the middle of the realm. Siralim Ultimate Bestiary, I think. Creatures Bestiary, okay. Race. Let's just see. White. So Dread White. Death Guild, okay. So there's one type of white that we can only find in the Death Guild, and one that we can only find in the Life Guild. Okay. I hope, like, we don't need a super high level of I really don't need to kill these anymore. You know what? I'm trying to get back to the candle so that I can summon something else. Reclusive White. Yeah, 4 more whites. And if we're really lucky, we might go through all of these before we've even unlocked the other 2 types of whites. And then we'll be sad because we won't be able to complete the white set. But I mean, that's the kind of problem you want to have. Like, oh, boo-hoo, I got the other cards in the set so quickly that I didn't even have my, you know, newly acquired other 2 members of the set leveled up enough to summon at the Divination Candle. Woe is me, how will I ever recover from this devastation. But yeah, if that happens, we'll worry about it then. For now, let's just go through it one by one. And if we hit a brick wall on the white set, we can move on to the other set where they're giving us granite collection bonuses for completing it. Of course, now these other whites that we summoned previously have been made redundant. But that's okay. Alright. Grab that. Grab this. Here's the final robe. There are a couple things for us to pick up. So the Life Guild white. Should be... I think we've got a lot of... Or we've got a fair amount of progress with the Life Guild. The Death Guild, I think we might have literally none. Alright, last area. Alright. Let us head. Do you have anything to do? Yeah, we do have one thing we wanted to do at home, which is Death Guild. Reputation level 43. So we do have a lot of... Okay, yeah, oh, we can just straight up buy the Headless White. Alright. We pay granite for all of these. Should we just buy all of them? Should we just buy all of them? There's no reason... Well, we need this one specifically. But... is there a reason not to do this? This is a trade material. Inscription, I think, is worth buying as well. Interesting spell. Oh, and the rest of the stuff we'll buy when we hit level 50. And one thing to check is, if we now go to our bestiary, if we look at our whites, the Headless White should be, yes, rank F. We'll have to get the rank up. And I think we're pretty high with the Life Guild. Yeah, 55. That's... It's pretty high. So we can just... we should just buy every inscription so that we have all the spells available. This as well. Griffin Veteran Stag Guide are not needed. But the other stuff, I think... Ascendant Revenant. Holy White is the one we needed. But we'll buy the rest of them as well. This is a random death creature. That's the death icon in the middle of the Life Guild. Was there a life creature in the Death Guild as well? Or... well, there's a nature creature in the Death Guild. Alright. I'll buy that as well. It's spending a lot of resources, but that's what resources are for in the end. And like I said, the rest of the stuff I'll buy when I hit level 50. I don't want to get too crazy, because we're gonna have to wait for these the knowledge with these guys to get high enough before we're able to really move on to the next stage, which is where we can first hunt them and then eventually get them to the stage where we can summon them. But we are part of the way there, and I'm glad that we were able to at least buy both of them, because now we can start slowly accumulating the knowledge that we need. Right, just taking a look to see if we have any sighting of a portal, and I don't see one. Oh, all my precious power. I had more than 6 million and now have a lot less than 6 million. And I destroyed a candle as well. I mean, we had to spend it eventually. Better spend it. What are you doing? Oh, this is a dumpling with a special skin. Okay, and a couple of things have happened, but first let's get this encounter done. I was like, why is this enemy running away? This is a dumpling with a special skin. Fairy cake. Wonderful. So, this is still kind of close to where we started. It doesn't... see, this is frustrating. It doesn't fully disprove my hypothesis. It wasn't visible from where we started, but it's pretty close. Like, it's so close to where the god is, and you usually start close to the god. And we can play some games. Got nothing there. Oh god, this is gonna go on forever. Come on. We're not even gonna get anything because it's only like 1 ticket's worth. Oh god, okay. Random location. Hey, at least we get some of that. Some more of that. Alright. Essence. Final turn. And a random trade material. Alright. And get through this quickly. Alright, nothing really there. Alright, nothing there, and you don't give us anything. No, you don't. Alright. So that is our second encounter. Because I have noticed that there are 2 different sound effects for encountering these objects that give you resources. Maybe that has to do with which one is a resource node and which one is a just a breakable object that gives you resources. Hard to say. I'm assuming like maybe the resource nodes give you more resources and the breakable objects give you fewer. I don't know. Just speculating here. Teehee, you can't catch me, except I will. Unfortunately, I'll only have to catch you once. Right, ooh, you know, let's get some reclusive whites on the field. Alright. Oh, it's gotten surprisingly crowded. Alright. Frighten rules over where the dead ships dwell. I've mentioned this before, that is my favorite out of all the names for the different realms. And the realm itself, you know, like they're all good. Like they all have their own special theme. And of course, where the dead ships dwell has a very well executed theme as well of, you know, underwater graveyard of ships kind of a vibe going on. Reclusive white has hit rank S, which was always gonna happen, but are you gonna give me a card? Or are you just gonna not give me a card? Which, I mean, like, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just saying it would be cool if you did. Alright, I don't want to go out of my way to places I've already been. We do want to be efficient as well, like getting through these realms, finding the notable points of interest, and then heading. Where is this thing? Where is she? All the way. Okay. All right. Let's get this done. Oh, wrong passageway. All right. Let's move on. Well, first of all, we've got to hand in this project. Key forge. I'm gonna keep doing key forges. I think unless there's some other project that critically needs to be done, I'm just gonna permanently have key forges running. Again, seeing if anything is immediately visible. Doesn't look like it. Well, this thing is here. You summoned a dumpling for me. How cute. Alright. Moon sphere. Are you sure we'll interact with you guys as well? Because we got the time. And the inclination. And we found you. Oh, that was a pathetic attempt at trying to corner a dumpling. Just so disgusted with myself. Have we found our? Come on, what are you doing? Come on. I was saying, have we found our candle? Don't know if we have. Yeah, see, in this round there are different sound effects because they're different objects. So I don't know if sound effects necessarily are what you can use to figure out whether it's a resource node or a, you know, something else. Oh, hang on. Meteors, aren't those like these things? Yeah, okay. Now we need to find 2 more of those. We're gonna get knowledge for doing this. There's another meteor. And yeah, okay. Deal with you. And we need to find 1 more meteor. Have we found the candle? I don't think we have. Here's the candle. Another riddle dwarf as well. So we summoned 20, but we're not going to be killing all of them. As many as we can. Until we are done with this realm and ready to leave. Kindle. It could be lots of different things. And it's not even on this list, so let me Google it. What? Oh, it's a chaos spell, evidently. Okay. Good. I need to find this last meteor. Where could it be? Where, oh where could it be? I don't think that big meteor counts. We left those things behind. I'm just gonna ignore them. Although we could use the teleporters, I think, to our advantage. Oh yeah, we should definitely be doing that mini quest, because you get a really good amount of favor for that. Let me check something. For some reason, I momentarily got very paranoid about my party composition, and I was worried that I'd somehow left a nugget in there by accident. But no. Everything else there, and there's our last meteor. There's our treasure from all sources. And let's get a bit more favor. Kill these two dudes. Oh. What? What? Okay. Well, yeah, okay, we'll track you down. But I think now we're done. And we're ready to move on to a new realm. A new random realm. Back here, and perhaps this time maybe we'll get close to getting another favor rank. That would be fun. Don't really see any evidence of another portal so far. But we do have our candle early, which is good. So let's bring some of these reclusive whites. Let's bring them out. Alright. Alright. Wonderful. And need to just keep going. Grab as much stuff as we can as we make our way through. It seems that our kindling triggers before the thing where a random enemy is killed. Which is just interesting to know. It might be useful to know that if we, you know, build a serious build around this mechanic. To know the order in which, like, even things that happen at the start of battle, if there are multiple things happening at the start of battle, there's going to be an order to them. So it's good to know. Right, I don't know if we're gonna be able to hit another favor rank. But we're gonna get close. Yeah, we would need to get pretty lucky with stuff like those eggs and get the combat encounter more often. But you know what, we can get the thing next time. A whole lot of summons ready to get at the divination candle. But what we really need now is knowledge with these various creatures. Ready to go? Yeah, you know what, let's just hit a couple more and then skip town. New realm. Sounds good to me. What time are we at? Getting close to an hour. Alright. Alright. The thing I'll do is I'll take a look. Nothing that I can immediately spot. Nothing that I can immediately spot. Oh, there was one of the new creatures. We can tell because we couldn't see its health bar, which you can only see once you have a certain level of knowledge with the creatures. So we're gonna get some knowledge with that one. Let's carry on going, and at the end of this, that was the Valkyrie Priestess, and at the end of this realm, we'll start wrapping up. And bring an end to what's been a pretty productive session, all things considered. Alright. Take you out. All right. Carry on moving through. I think we're starting to replenish all that power we spent as well, which is good. Because we will need a bit of a buffer for when we start playing normally again. We'll need power for obviously summoning candle enemies, but also for re-rolling realm properties. Soul flares, I don't think we found any of them yet. Those are these objects, I think. Yes. Getting close to another favor rank with this deity as well. That'll be nice when we get to it, and I think this one's gonna give us the loot from all sources bonus as well. I'm actually not sure how it works, but I mean, it sounds like a good thing. Like, is it applying only to this realm? Does it apply outside? Like, just generally? Do other realms loot from all sources bonuses applied to this realm while we're in it? I don't even know. But it sounds like a good thing to have, so for that reason, I'm happy to get it. Alright, let's go around. Almost done with this realm, and there for this episode. So let's just... might as well summon another group of them, and then we can kill as many of them as we run across on our way back once we're done. Here's our final, there we go, treasure from all sources, and our soul flares done as well, giving us the realm. Hey, and there's another couple of missions that we can hand in. Alright. Yeah, let's take a peek. Anything in here? Just you guys. Okay. Okay, let's make our way towards the exit, and we'll kill as many of these guys as we can along the way. Oh well, there's one more room. We should see what's in here at least. It doesn't look like there's anything, but let's go fully inside. Oh, there were a couple things. So I'm glad we did investigate. I think now we're just about done. Alright. Yeah, okay, we'll kill all of these guys around. And then we will head on home. We'll kill these guys as well. And now let's head home. 2 projects to turn in. The assassination and defense training. Let's just start more training on health this time. And you know what, let's just keep doing more assassination missions. This time let's do... you know what, let's just keep doing Elf Barbarian, because this is what we have the least of. The other thing is, we go to achievements, we go to Castle. This is where the achievements for doing projects are. Each individual project has a set of achievements associated with it for doing, you know, X number of that project. So the highest they will go is level, well, like the highest they'll go is rank 10 for doing 100 of them. And assassinations, I think, are gonna be the toughest ones, because they take so long to complete. I don't even know... okay, here we go. We haven't even done 30 assassination missions yet, and we're gonna have to do 100. And the sooner we can get some of these out of the way, the sooner we'll, you know, never have to do them again, unless we need them for like a, you know, Rune of Prophecies or something. But one thing that we are done with is Keyforge missions. We've already done 100, but we're gonna keep doing them, even though we could stop doing Keyforge missions and start doing other projects instead, because we're gonna need a whole lot of keys when it comes time to do the Gate of the Gods seriously, by which I mean, number 1, ascending it with every specialty with the all-purpose build, that I haven't even shown you yet because we haven't built it yet. And number 2, killing each god at rank 50. And you can only do like advance 1 rank at a time. So it's going to take a lot of keys to get that done. So that's why I'm going to keep doing these Keyforge missions. And the other progress we're going to make on getting these other missions done is going to depend on the other 4 slots that we have in the project's menu. But yeah, that was something that I felt the need to explain. Like, there's just so much depth in this game, so many different little things that are all happening at the same time that you like. There's so much that needs explaining, and sometimes it can be hard to grasp why things are being done in a certain way. But at least on this thing, I wanted to explain that, okay, this is my thought process. But yes, I think that is going to be all for this episode. A good one. I think we found a couple different cards, or at least one, from the white set. 3 out of 9. We also bought the other 2 creatures that were missing from the set, and hopefully over time we are able to get more knowledge with them so that we can eventually hunt them and then summon them. But for now we have 4 more cards from the white set to track down before that becomes an issue. But yeah, so that we did that. We also saw a couple of Nether Realms. One was very close to where we started out. The other one was also kind of close to where we started out, but not directly visible from the starting location. So it was kind of in that in-between. It didn't fully disconfirm my hypothesis, but it also... we can kind of disregard... not disregard. We'll count it, but with the caveat that we're not sure what that specific one is telling us. But yes, the next 3 that we find hopefully will give us a clearer sense of how these portals are spawning. But we won't be doing that for a while, because next episode I think it is going to be time to do a bit more proper realm progress, going into it with our proper party and, you know, beating some creature. We're gonna have to do 5 realms essentially, and we'll beat Apochronox as well, so that'll be fun. And we're gonna have to do arena. 8 arena, seriously? It's gonna be a long... we might have to do a couple, split this into 2 different episodes. I think that's gonna be the only way to get that done. But yes, that's gonna happen next episode. And for now, it's time for me to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode as well. Until then, take care.